We scored a touchdown. They got to go down and score a touchdown. That's what we have to do. And the first thing we do is we put them on the 40-yard line with a kicking the ball out of bounds. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, the one thing you don't kick it out of bounds. How about that? How about you don't do that? Okay? That right there is unacceptable. Seriously. I mean, I would have had a fit on the sideline. But he came off. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't keep it in the zone. You got 53 and a third. You got 53 and a third. Okay? 53 and a third is from sideline to sideline. That's what you have. 53 and a third. That's what you got. As a special teams coach, I would have been on it. 53 and a third. You're kicking it within the post. You do it all the time. What the hell?
Noah Williams only had 3 snaps on defense. That's it.
How many?
3.
He was on it. Well, shit, he was out there when Brian Thomas caught that one on Jalen.
That's crazy. I knew it wasn't much, but crazy.
But JD, you're sticking to a point because as talk about the chances of us winning tonight, right? We score, we do what we do, and then that ensuing kickoff. Forget about all the penalties we've had on special teams already, but that ensuing kickoff, you kick that off, like you said, just kick it normally. They're not getting the ball to 40. They start with that ball on the 40 there. That 3rd and 7 throwy. I mean, like that's what teams like the Cardinals do. We watched that primetime game last Thursday. Chad Ryland kicks the ball, and it lands on the 19, and it landed before the 20, so they get the ball at the 40. And then what happened? The Cardinals end up losing that game. I mean, like bad teams do that stuff. This is like it's penalties you don't see from teams like us that we think you are.
That's well said, right there. Bad teams do things like that. Not the Chiefs. It's not our standard. It's not our standard. That's not his standard. Okay? It's not his standard. And so I think that's why we're like, hey, man, like, daggone. Like, really. You can't have that mishap on that one, man. Like, shoot, daggone it. Can't have a mishap on that. Right? Fine. Whatever. Okay. We start on the 40. Still, we good. Our defense is playing good ball. Okay. We trust them. We trust these things to happen. Right? Okay. We still got to keep them out of the end zone. That's all we have to do. Keep them out of the end zone. Don't let them have big plays. We did a great job kind of holding them. You could, man, I could hear they butthole get tight. Boy, they was tight over on Jacksonville sideline. You could see it. You could see it. Liam Cole and Arnold Sucker was looking at their playbook like, hey, got it. Oh, no. Like, they was in doubt they was going to pull us out. Seriously. I don't think we had, even we had 23 seconds. You know what we did? We came out there. Pat was like, okay, we got a good return. Holding. God. Pat tried it out there with 23 seconds like it was forever. You know why? Because he's done it before. He's done it before. They've done it before. So when you try it out there and you've done this thing before, and all of a sudden you get a holding call, you're like, oh, okay. Here we go shooting ourselves in the foot. Like a certain point, man, you got to let him go. Let him go. Like, man, that's God. That's why I'm frustrated. That's my frustration. Is at times that we got to help ourselves out. We don't. And it's not directly like on offensive defense fault. That was special teams wise, not doing it. Now, look, we're a team. We understand that. Everybody can, all of that goes to everybody. Well, something didn't happen and something didn't do, right? This is a team loss. That's the way it works. That is the way it works. So, but this, I will say this. And it's almost like a broken record, man. But you got to learn from this film. What are you going to learn about yourself? What are you learning? That's the question. What are you learning? And I think that what Marcus said is like, how we lost the game is how bad teams do. We're not a bad team.
Yeah.
We're not a bad team. And so the frustration part is because we just make it harder on ourselves. We're going to be fine. We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to do all that. We're going to be fine. Okay. But it is frustrating to let a team like this off the hook.
Yeah, but maybe we're not, though, right?
Now what?
I feel like, I mean, how many losses will it take for us to just say, like, you're on the verge of losing your season? Not that I want to, like, overreact, but, I mean, we keep saying it. We keep saying it's always going to be fine. We're never going to – how hard are we going to try – because if we're saying that, they're saying that. How hard do you try to correct things if you just think everything's going to be okay at the end? Like, I've seen this movie. The hero doesn't die to the end of the movie. He saves the day. It's okay. Who cares what happens from, like, the first minute of the movie to, like, the 90th minute of the movie? Because I know he's going to be there at the end. But we don't know if we're going to be there at the end, right? Like, it's
hey, man, you
2 and 3 right now.
Right. So you chopping wood, okay? You're trying to build a log cabin out there in the wilderness, okay? And things are falling apart. You keep chopping wood. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
That I agree with, yeah.
You got to have that mindset of like, look, oh, shoot, then we had to learn from what did we not do well? And so if it's something like, hey, Buckner, you got 53 in the third. Like at the end of the game, it can't happen. We can't give that up. Hey, whoever's holding at the end, we can't do that. If you don't got the guy get solid at the end of the game, that penalty hurts our drive. It puts us in a predicament that our offense now has an even harder, task can do. Like you can't think the Joker can get away with that. You can't. You can't think that's going to happen. All right, let the dude go. And so things like that is like you. That's awareness. That's awareness on situation of what you have to do. We did a great job of coming down and scoring to put us right where we needed to be to win this game. That's what we were. That's our championship team. We operated just like a championship team on who we are at the end of the game. We did. When we went down and scored.
Yeah, one side of the ball did.
Yeah. And the other side with that was like, okay, 2 penalties. Well, no. How many on that whole series? How many on that whole series in itself? So penalty from special teams.
The last series?
Yeah, the last series defensively and then special teams. How many was that? Is that 4? Somebody said 4 penalties?
We had 4 special teams in the entire game. I think we had 2. Between Bucker's kick out of bounds and then the Jack Crocker penalty on the ensuing kick return. That's 2 off there. And we had the DPI, so that's 3.
Yeah, 3.
Was that it? Was there anything else? Any other penalties in that drive?
I don't know. Some tell me we might have had another, but still.
Yeah. No, a Cook held on Trevor Lawrence's touchdown run. So that was 4, but they declined next. They scored a touchdown on it.
So we should be walking out winners. We should get on the plane, kicking our feet up right down, heading back to Kansas City, going getting some barbecue or whatever.
5 the last 2 drives of the game. We had to play a game too, remember?
Oh, our offensive drive, yeah.
Yeah. The last 2 drives of the game, we had 5.
Oh.
It's terrible. Some teams don't have that many in a game.
Well, so I did some numbers on it. So just talking about in comparison to where we were last year, because I feel like this undisciplined aspect is something we're talking about more so this year within the first 5 weeks. And again, this is characteristics of teams that are usually bottom feeder type teams, not like us. So between the first 5 games last year for us versus the first 5 games this year for us, last year we had 27 penalties between the first 5 games of the season. You guys want to take a guess how many we have so far through the first 5 games this year?
Say it again. What's the question?
First 5 games last year, we had 27 penalties. How many penalties do we have through the first 5 games this year?
31.
Oh, geez. That's a good question. Heck, I'm going to go 40.
42.
Wow.
We have 15 more penalties for the first 5 games this year than we did last year.
It's not good, man.
15. Whew. I mean, if you take the Chargers game and tonight's game alone, that's almost what we had entirely of the first 5 games last year. So Chargers game, we had 10, 13 tonight's game. So 23 just off those 2 games alone.
I mean, so yeah, I mean, yeah, like you guys said, I mean, are we a bad football team? No, we're not a bad football team. I don't think we're a really good football team right now. We're good enough to beat the bad teams. We're not beating the really good teams, and now we're losing to like.
We don't know. To be fair, we don't know what Jacksonville's going to be. We're 4-1 right now. I mean, they had a top defense going into this game. And I'll say this: if they do have this top defense, and we think they do have, our offense without our arguably number 1 receiver just dropped 28 points on them. It should have scored 35 points on them.
We're saying there might be a really good team, but yet we almost beat them with 1,000 penalties and a pick 6. And I mean, we almost beat them with like doing this the entire game. I mean, like are they that good? I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I just think that we just didn't really play that well. I think we're a pretty good team. We're definitely not a great team right now. But you know what? You know, the good thing is about all this is that our division's struggling right now big time. And even though we lost this, we are 1 game out of the top seed. So that's pretty crazy if you think about it. If there's any season to be below average or average and not playing to your potential, this would be the year to do it.
Offense goes down, does masterful with the job, managing the time with the ball to go down and score, put it in position to play. I mean, it was beautifully done. Guys made plays, got us position to score. We did that. And then all of a sudden, kick a ball out of bounds, put them on the 40. You know, they made some plays. Then we get a holding call. 2 of them. And which, you know, I'm like, okay, we got 23 seconds. We've done 23 seconds or something. You know, we can get into field goal range in 23 seconds. It's not a problem. A couple of, you know, wrap routes and whatnot. So yeah, look, my wife says by the same person. She noticed. She's like, who is this? I'm like, but you know what? Hey, you know, Marcus, I looked at, let me see, keys to victory. Number 5 was we must win the battle on special teams. We lost that
one. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
I mean, JD, even and I noticed this too, and I saw you tweet about this. But like, so you laid out all the penalties there. We had a 60-yard kick return by Brashard Smith, call back for Cochran. We had a 40-yard kick return by Brashard, call back from Cochran's holding. You had the Butker kicking it out of bounds. You have Remigio, the double block, which I think it's a new penalty because the kick return stuff now. And then you have the Gunners not giving Nico Remigio any chance to do anything back there too. So it was kind of a repetitive thing throughout the game of just stuff being missed with special teams wise.
Yeah. And that's supposed to be your advantage. I mean, this game requires 3 phases to be great: offense, defense, and special teams. This is what comprises of a football team. And somebody who's not pulling their weight, you know, you could tell there's a big difference. And so when I'm sitting over there like, man, can we block the gunner? Can we give Miko a chance? Can we give Miko a chance at this thing? So I'm telling you, man, you know, I said as a former special teams coach, it had me ready to pull my dreads out. Seriously, because that is frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch. So, but it was a great game. It's a great game. Too many mistakes overcome. It's disappointing, man. It's really disappointing. I know them guys, man, are feeling it. So
they had 4 penalties all game. We had 4 penalties alone on special teams. That's how Jackson had 4 all game, and our special teams alone at 4. 2 in the last, 2 special teams drives. Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Seafood, we're going to keep the positivity, brother. That's for sure. Thank you for that contribution. And, you know, if anybody knows us, you know, like I said it was a great game. And it was. It was a good game. It's a good game to watch. Very exciting. nail biting to the end. I don't mind those at all. No, I love seeing it. I love seeing it. Yeah, I thought we was going to be on the winning end of this thing, of course, and we should have. You know, we let these jokers off the hook, man. We let these jokers get away. You know, so.
Teja, any thoughts on special teams? I know JD and I just talked about special teams. What were your thoughts on special teams? Anything you noticed tonight?
It was dreadful. It seemed like Cochran had the same exact hold twice too. It was like they were very similar. The guy was falling down. He was still like grabbing his jersey. It's like, dude, just let go. I mean, yeah, that was one of the worst special teams I've seen. And outside of, you know, who would have thought it wouldn't have been field goal related. But yeah, we've seen kickoffs. It's been a consistent thing this year. Kickoffs have played a major part in the end of games, especially in some primetime games. And I'm not going to say they scored at the end because they started at the 40, but it sure does help. While you guys were talking, I was actually trying to go see what their average start at field position was, because they seem like they started at either the 35 or 40 almost every time.
Yeah, they had a few good kick returns today too.
Yeah, and we did too. They just always got called back. Just brutal. Yeah, but I mean, you said it. I mean, all three phases of the game had major problems, but you know, we're not used to seeing like the difference between special teams and offense and defense is like, if you have one bad play on offense, you have a lot of plays to make up for it. Special teams is like, you know, it's few and far between. So you mess up, it's like you're messing up like one of your, you know, 12 plays of the game on that phase, right? It's like a big deal. When you mess up at 4 of them, it's a lot, man. It's hard to overcome. It was really, really rough.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.